Hello Rebel, and welcome to the Cripple Cup preview video for Cripple Cup number 4. I'm of course Full Metal. You can tell that because it's on my YouTube channel. If you don't know it by now, you don't know what I sound like, that's your own problem, obviously. I am joined by none other than Gerbear, who is Mr. Cripple Cup himself. The guy knows Cripple Cup well, don't you, my friend?
I did some Cripple Cup work in the past. I won some Cripple Cups, not in Rebel, but I won some Cripple Cups.
Rumour has it you may have in fact been the power behind the throne in the original Cripple Cup format back in the day, right?
I mean, the original Cripple Cup is like really old from tabletop, so yeah, probably not.
The Blood Bowl 2 one. The Blood Bowl 2 one.
Yeah, the Blood Bowl 2 one, definitely.
Haringzod's named all of the groups appropriately as well, so we're gonna have some fun digging into that. We're gonna start, as is tradition, with Group A, knowing henceforth onwards as Group of Agony. And we've got everyone's accepted, which is awesome, and none other than, I am assuming, because you know it's Group A, you gotta lead from the top. The beautiful bearded boys who actually won the last Cripple Cup, coached by Doof himself, won himself a mug, and they're not particularly crippled. We've got a minus move on an Ulf. That's gonna suck because frenzy players with minus move always sucks. And we've got a minus armor value dirty player, but again, not really that much of a problem because dirty players tend to get sent off. Otherwise, Blocky Yeti's very good, isn't it?
Yep.
Blodge, I don't even know if I had to take in dodge on a berserker, but whatever. Mighty Blow tackle, Mighty Blow there on the other one. 2 tackle on the throwers. I don't know what they're planning on throwing other than punches, I guess. And Techno Vikings got guard, which is super good. It's quite a nice looking team, other than Stanky Pete, who's clearly a replacement.
Yeah, like, the issue with balancing Norse in Cripple Cup is that they have all the block, and when they don't get damaged, which definitely can happen because block is still a good defensive skill, like, they just get really, really strong. And they just are not limited by the, like, the 0 rerolls don't really hurt them.
True, because they're quite safe. But
yes, so this is a really nasty team.
Yeah, and the rest of the division, I'm sure, will be thanking us for putting them in here. That being said, of course, they are only a V7, so if they do break, they break pretty hard. And they're a massive 15-10 team value, so there will be inducements out the wazoo for the rest of the teams. Now,
yeah, they're gonna play a wizard every game.
Yeah, and speaking of teams that like inducements, do you wanna talk about Crippling Ogre Sight?
Ooh, that's Ogres by the richest team, and they have a full roster.
They're another returning team.
Yeah, like, they probably don't really like inducements that much because they cannot induce ogres because the team is full. But it's still quite a nice team.
But 5 of the ogres have skills.
Yeah, block piling on break tackle, another break tackle, and a pair of guard. That's pretty good. Noblar, there's one with Agi up and sprint, so that's a nice ball carrier. A pair of diving tackle, one of them is minus Agi, so that's a pretty weird Noblar.
There's an ogre with minus Agi, but at the same time he has break tackle, which kind of makes the minus Agi feel meh.
I mean, he's not gonna get the ball, but like with that Agi for Noblar, you probably don't want to try picking up the ball on an ogre, especially with no reroll because Cripple Cup.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is a team I think, and you know, T as well is very, very kind of familiar with the Cripple Cup 1-minute type format. So T plays pretty, you know, considering obviously T himself would say he's not the best coach in the universe. That's his words, not mine. But he is like about 20 or 30% better performing in like the 1-minute format compared to everyone else because he's so good at playing fast.
Yeah, he's used to playing fast, so he doesn't really, he isn't damaged by being forced to play fast, while other coaches tend to have a bit of a tougher time playing under the 1-minute limit.
Yeah, we've learned to never write him off, and he's learned to never write himself off, as he's found many a time where he's gone much longer in the format than he should have, and at like 4 AM and he's going, just let me sleep. I want to lose so I can sleep. And then he wins. Now we've got 5-star Restaurant Wars coached by Generic Gamer, and they are a Chaos team using the standard Chaos format of a Minotaur, 3 Warriors, and as many Beastmen as you can fit inside. Not much to say because they're a rookie team, but we've got a Minotaur called Yogurt, so we'll be watching him closely. It is, of course, Star Wars references, so we've got Oni-One Cannoli, which is a brilliant name. Qui-Gon Gin and Tonic, Darth Maltese. I like Pizza the Hut. Yes, I love this team. This team's brilliant. Well done,
Yep.
Generic Gamer. You get Chewbacca lava. Oh, it keeps giving.
Naming the Minotaur after Yoda seems a bit weird.
Well, I suppose it's like ironic, isn't it? The small, big,
Yeah.
whatever. You know, I love this team. Every single name, just Flan Solo. It's so good.
Right, it's a good team name.
Incredible, Generic Gamer. Well played, sir. Well played. And finally, we've got the South London Shoguns by Chug Manmilk.
So yeah, pretty standard for Brett's 3 knights, 4 blockers, and a bunch of peasants.
This is the team, really, I think, in this division that Doof might be the most scared of because, you know, they're an 890 Brett team, right? They likes to foul, and they get griff. They could griff, or they could just take a ton of bribes and just.
Why not both?
What?
Doof is that expensive.
And a wizard, a bunch of bribes, maybe griff. Sometimes it depends where they play each other and what's missing and not, but. This is a team to watch as well, I think, because Bretts traditionally do quite well in these kind of formats.
Yeah, Brett is a very strong team because they start with lots of block and wrestle, and they have AV8 on the good pieces.
And Peasants foul.
Yeah, peasants are good foulers.
Also, Chugman Milk is in one of my recap divisions, so I am all about, you know, cheering for him.
That seems fair.
Do you want to take us into the group of Brutality, Group B? Now, not everyone has taken their tickets here, but there's a couple of Haringzord, traditionally very good at taking tickets, given he sends them.
Yeah, Monday Night Soar by Haringzord. I remember this Dark Elf team nearly winning and then passing the ball to the opponent.
It was so bad. I mean, and there was also the one where he famously took on Sean Man and then got stabbed to just bits.
Yep.
And also, there's the time that Randy Savagery, this poor witch elf, who you might notice has plus strength, but doesn't, because Viking Cop just decided out of nowhere, for no reason whatsoever, to just drop a lightning bolt on her head.
I mean, that was a good lightning bolt.
It's made her a very expensive witch elf.
Like, this is quite a punchy Dark Elf team. 2 assassins, so stabs for more block options, and 3 mighty blow alongside 1 guard.
That's too many.
That's quite strong.
Oh no, 3 mighty blow. There's Rowdy Roddy. Yeah, that's right.
I know how to count. I'm not Haringzord.
Oh, that's fair. This is Haringzord though, and he's come close a lot of times, so I think he's going to be wanting to put this one in the bag, right?
Yep. I mean, Dark Elves are really good because they have a reasonable amount of block and dodge to start with, and they can get more easily, and it's easy to level up elves. So quite a strong team just by the race, and those are good skills that they have. The big weird one is the plus-minus strength. You really would not like to. You really would like to still be strength 4.
Yeah, I mean, you would, but at the same time, as you said, the one weakness of Dark Elves in this format usually is not having much access to Mighty Blow, but when you roll 3 of them, it turns out that's probably enough.
I mean, I would probably only have taken 1 and the rest would be guard, but
yeah,
you know,
but
might
Cripple,
as well.
Cripple cut memes, right? It's memes for days. Now, we've got the Cursed King Escort by Rao the Frozen, who has assured me they will be watching this because they've been pestering me about it all day. Love you, Rao. Well done. They've gone for a slightly different build than the other Bretonian team.
It's the same build.
It's not, because look at the fan factor and the cheerleaders and the coaches. They've gone hard on trying to pick up those kickoff rerolls.
I'm not sure about taking fan factor. Like, if you want the kickoff rerolls, just 3 cheerleaders, 3 assistant coaches is kind of enough to always win, unless your opponent also has cheerleaders and coaches.
Look, right, it's a bold strategy. It might work out, it might not. The other thing that they've done, just to really annoy me, is to put 2 of the blockers at the top and 2 of the blockers at the bottom.
Yeah, that's 100% to annoy you.
It does annoy me. Rao has also suggested that he will be streaming the games, so you can check his point of view out after the fact or during the fact if you want to.
Yep.
We've got Carlos Sibbs invited. He's got a strength 2 catcher. That's fantastic. We love that.
Oh, I do like Carlos Eves.
He's a good lad, isn't he? He's a good lad.
Yeah. G-Man 2 representative, Underworld specialist.
Not so specialist on Pro Elves, it seems, given that he's only got 2 level ups. One of them's admittedly Agi, and the other one is a Frenzy. I'm assuming he hasn't played many games with the team. He, in fact, played 3.
Yeah, not a lot of SPP, but those are good level ups. Also, minus strength is weird, but you take it.
I mean, you don't really have a choice, do you? It's Cripple Cup. That's the joy of the format. Plus, Agi's nice, though.
Agi's good. That's a very nice catcher. If he gets dodged somewhat quickly, he's a very scary catcher in Cripple Cup format. Also, Frenzy on the sidestep piece is really nice.
I love that he's trying to predict what injuries some of his players are going to get.
They're all gonna get, like, a Nigel, and you're going to be very confused how you rolled, like, 7 Nigels on one team.
Finally, and I don't know this coach particularly well, I'm not even... Murdosaurus Rex. It's a lizard team, and it looks like they've gone for default name, so we can't really say much, but they've gone for 9 cheerleaders, right? And 9 fan factor, but no
probably split those cheerleaders to be some assistants, because he definitely wins. Like, cheering fans, he wins that.
But brilliant coaching, he might lose.
Time.
He might lose brilliant coaching, and ooh, that could be problematic.
Yeah, that would suck. Like, you roll a brilliant coaching twice, and you lose both of them.
And you sat there looking at all your cheerleaders going, you're not helping.
You had one job!
One singular job. We're going to jump in a group of cripples. There's 3 have accepted, 1 has not. Random Boy's coming back.
Oh, it's Random Boy.
With his wholesale slaughter. It's a goblin team, and it's an injured... Oh, there's at least 2 niggles, and 2 of the niggles are on positionals. We love that.
I mean, like, the Fanatic always gets removed anyway, so Niggle is not that bad. He's just more likely to get more damage eventually.
Which is good. That's good fun. We like that.
Yeah, good fun.
And the Bombardier, if he flubs the ball, it's gonna go badly for him, right?
It's not gonna go well.
But 2 developed trolls is really nice.
Yeah, 2 guard is good. Stand firm is very nice as well.
There's an Agi4 in there. We've got some other skills that we don't really care about because they're all normals, and a minus armor value goblin. That's gonna be I'm assuming that's line of scrimmage duty, right?
Yeah, that's line of skirmish duty if I've ever seen that.
just punch him. It's fine.
Yep.
Because that's kind of what you've got to do in this format, isn't it? It's the whole you want to try and cycle out bad players so you can hire healthier players. So just anyone who gets hurt goes on the line of scrimmage and ironically just ends up probably getting hurt more rather than ever getting dead.
Yeah, like the issue is like you start like you expect them to die, but eventually they reach like 4 perms and they're still alive, and now you're really confused.
And they just stood on the line of scrimmage, just screaming, "Just kill me! Just end me!"
End this, please. Right. Have mercy.
Speaking of teams that are really good at getting ended, it's Underworld. They're so good. They're so good in this format because Skaven and Blitzers are really good when they get some skills. The Troll's really good when they get some skills, and Goblins explode in hilarious clouds of blood. So we like that.
Yeah, only 1 thrower. Do we limit throwers?
We do limit throws. To which Ninja Pirate Assassin shouted at me last season, but you know what? He's not you. He's not as good as making me do stuff when people yell at me.
It's an art.
We've got Will Leap for Food, Coach Tuau. I'm sorry, I'm butchering some of these names. A lot of new names already coming through though, which is fantastic. I'm very excited for that.
Is it new names or both of us not really knowing Grell and Big O, so not knowing who these guys are?
A little from column A and a little from column B. How do you feel about Kislev with no rerolls?
I mean, Kislev with no rerolls is extremely overpowered, if you ask me, because I've won my division in 1 minute.
There's only 3 linemen on this team. It's just so...
I mean, that's the start I went with on my 1 minute team, and it was really good, surprisingly.
I love that there's a catcher called I had 80k left. That's so good!
Yeah. I love that.
The rest of the names are kind of just like, pretty standard Cripple Cup names. I'm talking about dying and stuff, but I had 80k left is just so good.
Yep. I really like that one. It's my favorite.
I love that the team review just turns into us criticising people's names. There's another team coming back, Stouticus, coming back.
That's Blood Bowl.
The big 2 AM. Oh my word, look at the injuries on this team. We like this.
I mean, it's a very old team. It's been around for like 20-something games.
He's got a strength 4 Yeti. He's so good. It's so bad.
I mean,
so good.
It's not the worst, I guess.
It's pretty bad. It's like a less useful Ulf.
Yeah, it's an Ulf, but he doesn't do what you ask him to do.
He has got an Agi4 thrower, which is pretty cool. He's got a movement 7 thrower, which is like a runner, right?
Yep.
One of his Berserkers is move busted. One of his Ulfwereners is move busted. He's got Pom on a Berserker though, which is pretty sick. That's pretty effective. He's got a Niggle on a Mighty Blow tackle lineman.
I'm not sure about that Mighty Blow.
I don't know. I think he just kind of went, well, it's Cripple Cup, right?
Yeah.
One in 9 is
still
strength 2. This is a really dinged up team, and we do like that.
Yep. Definitely do.
And also because veteran of the format, he's been around a lot. Will the fact that he's playing at 2 AM affect him? It might.
Probably it will.
But you know, I love the guys that come on out of their own time zone to play in the 1 minute matches. It's the 1 minute day tourneys, even, you know what I mean.
Yeah, but it gets stuff like if you are gonna go to like the semifinals, it's gonna be like 10 AM, but you didn't sleep.
It'll be fine. Now, going into the group of distress, straight away I spot another guy coming out of his time zone. My leg from Steak Mittens. He's got a block troll.
Yeah, that's a nice troll. Also, Mighty Blow Fanatic.
Oh, that's really good. And his only injuries appear to be minus moves on goblins. That's like whatever.
Yeah, this team is strong. Not much development, but it's good for a goblin team. The issue is
it's also a returning team with 830 TV and a Knuffles Altar.
Yeah,
that's
it's goblins. They are cheap.
Yeah, they are cheap and dirty. And a Velociraptor is next. The white coats. They're gonna get some blood on that white, and he's gone for the triple Black Orc double Blitzer format. The build, because obviously orcs get to choose. They get a total of 5 positionals and can choose how they spread them out across Black Orcs and Blitzers.
Yep.
So how do you, as an orc coach, how do you feel about the 2 Blitzers, 3 Black Orcs?
I think the Black Orcs are better as positionals for the long term. Blitzers are better short term. I don't hate taking a pair of Blitzers, even though like 4 Black Orcs is really stronger, just because you want some block early on.
But yeah, taking 4 Blitzers, wouldn't 4 Blitzers be, or 3 Blitzers be even more reliable in this format with no rerolls?
It's gonna be like you're taking a risk, because it's gonna be reliable short term, but like having good block Black Orcs wins you games way more often than Blitzers will.
That's a fair argument. I like it. We've got Bungie Man, who's recently, if you haven't read it, wrote a very, very nice article about us in Eurogamer. Totally checked it out. Not least because I was interviewed, and it was really nice, like I said. And he's gone for a Wood Elf build. It was good, wasn't it? It was, Anyway, he's gone for a Wood Elf build, and he's gone for the 1 catcher, 1 thrower, 2 War Dancers. Is it 1 catcher, or do you have to take more than 1 catcher on Wood Elves? I can't remember.
I don't think we limit or force them. You can. I think the 3 is forced. I don't think we do anything else.
I really can't remember. We might have to check that, because we'll want to obviously double check that everyone is following the rules to...
I mean, I assume Haringzord already did.
I would assume he's done the check. But yeah, anyway, Bungie Man, great guy. I'd love to see him do well. He's in my division this season, and I absolutely mullered his halflings, so...
Yeah, you only have to take the 3 on Wood Elves. Okay. Everything else is fine. Wood Elves have the tendency to take a lot of stat buffs. So they are quite strong, like long term, because they are quite strong because they can get a lot of dodge and do really well without rerolls.
It's another
but
one. But
they also have the tendency to die.
It's jumping straight onwards. It's another veteran of the 1-day format. It's good old Dr. Greed. I know it says Dr. Hep, but we're going to ignore that and refer to him as Dr. Greed for the rest of forever because...
Dr. Greed, like, crossed it out in, like, post-production. As if we have that. And, like, put Greed in, like, Microsoft Paint.
It's obviously a returning team. It clearly only played about 3 games looking at the development, and most of the development went on a 1 lineman who's got tackle and plus move. And no one else got any actual levels.
Yep.
And an elf got a move bust, so you can't really say much about it, but it's an Norse team.
I mean that's a nice lineman, I guess.
Dr. Greedy got a really good lineman. The rest of your team needs to shape up.
Yep.
That's Group D, so we're going to the group of Encumbrance. You can tell Haringzord was struggling a little bit here, right?
Yeah, that's a weaker name.
But, you know, the first team on the list, Surge, pushing my luck. Down from the Big O, coming up to see what 2 trees and 12 halflings can do.
Not much.
Well, he can't buy a chef, it's worthy of note, because that would be rerolls.
Yeah, that's banned.
So, What can he do? What can you do? He can hit things with trees, I suppose.
Yep. And lose games.
Well, we'll see. He might win. We've seen strange things before. And then from the opposite, literally the opposite side of the world, from none other than Argentina, Incesticide is coming in with the Gnostic Knights, the Pro Elf team, it's a Pro Elf team.
Yep. And that's a fine start.
I'm not going to even try and pronounce some of those names. Number 3 in particular is an interesting one.
Trismegistus.
Hermes
Trismegistus. That's fine.
I think that sounds so much better in your accent than it would in mine, is all I'm saying. Right, we've got, again, Norse are so popular at the moment. But the 2 dwarves in a
Norse are
bikini.
really strong.
Yeah, they are kind of good in one-day tourneys.
they're really good in Cripple Cup, especially.
He's got 2 dwarves in a bikini as a team, but his Yeti's called 5 dwarves in a fur coat. And I think maybe the naming scheme came through because it's got block.
Yeah, but like, if there's 2 dwarves in a bikini, but 5 in a fur coat, how many dwarves are there in total on this team?
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 27!
That's a lot of... That's illegal, I'm pretty sure. 16 is the max amount of people on the field.
There's 27 dwarves. No, he's got a blocked Yeti, it's pretty good. He's got a Pom Tackle Berserker, which is going to be incredible in this format, clearly. That's why it's got 45 SPP. He's also got an EV6, which is less good, to be honest. A Niggled Runner. Sorry,
he has a good Berserker, but the rest of the team is a bit lacking and slightly damaged.
He's great. It's got block.
Yeah, but he still needs Mighty Blow to be genuinely good.
That's true. But you know, he can get there. He's got block. You don't turn down block, I know.
Yeah, you take block because it's amazing when you get that Mighty Blow as well.
And the other returning team in this division is Legends of Rock, which we've gone back to the other side of the world again for Aussie Viking. So we're flying backwards and forwards across the world. This is a true multinational division, this one. Yep. The Legends of Rock by Aussie Viking. He's got a Claw Minotaur and 2 block.
Yeah.
Not much to say, really.
Yeah, rather standard. Good Minotaur with Claw, close to another level.
I do like his naming scheme as well. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's a solid one.
Yeah, some good players on metal bands. You know, as a metal fan myself, actually quite a big fan of this. So well done to Aussie Viking for a solid naming scheme. We do like to see that in this.
Yeah.
Group of Fatality. Do you want to lead us in with Jamus?
Jamus. McJamus is here. Nurse has gone wrong. I remember this team.
Oh, God. Do you remember this team? Or do you remember the battle with Morley, where it was just... It took about 75 years?
Yeah, that seems accurate. Yeah, but this team...
There were children. There were children conceived and born during that match. Some of them went to college during that match.
Oh, that match was horrible. Like, the weird part is that Jamus won it, and then his PC blew up.
Yeah, because the game took so long, the parts literally passed their expiry date and blew up. And Morley, with the stronger PC, ended up having to play the next round. And he was just like, just let me die! Just let it be over!
I want to leave!
Morley actually hasn't come back this tournament, because obviously it's so far out of his time zone. So I've asked Haringzord if he has reached out and we've got his number on speed dial, just in case Jamus's PC explodes again.
I mean... But yeah, quite a nice team. 5 blodgers, 2 Agi-ups, and a strong arm thrower, so pretty solid.
So to summarise, to the rest of the division, we're really sorry.
Yeah, Amazons are always annoying. They are not fun to play against at low TV fields, and there are no dwarves to bully them. And they have a lot of blodge as well.
I was chatting to this coach, Devon Sierre, in the Discord the other day, and it was very much he was like, I've never played anything other than Bash before. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm from the rookie league, and I just replied, well, what could go wrong?
I mean, that's usually the answer Metal replies.
So it'll be interesting to see how this... It's a fairly standard build. Got 2 catches rather than 1, and he's actually opted for an extra thrower, which is interesting. And I believe he's named them all after like kinds of like printers or papers. It's papers. Paper
Oh
roll.
yeah, that makes sense.
So we've got like toilet roll and kitchen roll and stuff like that. Yeah. Okay. I can go with it. Good luck, Devon Sierra. Welcome to the nonsense that is One Day tournaments. Now there is
Welcome to the Cripple Cup.
a missing team, and I don't know what is going on there, but I'm sure Hangzord can figure it out when he gets on. But we've got the Royal Stirland Artillery with Dr. Nick. We know Dr. Nick.
Yeah, Dr. Nick is a good lad.
This is a returning team with 1 skill and 1 injury.
Sneaky Git. Could be fun. Also an eagle on a fling. That's easy SPP.
And 15 players. There's 15 players on this team. That's pretty good. It's 660 team value for 15 players is so stupid.
Yep. I mean, that's halfling for you.
So yeah, it's a good one. I reckon you can never overlook Dr. Nick, but I feel like with no dwarves in here, there's a certain amount of favour to the Amazons, right?
Yeah, Amazons are definitely a strong race. Like, Amazon and Norse are very, very strong in a format like Cripple Cup for obvious reasons.
Right.
And they're gonna be strong.
Right. We've got Group of Gore next, and we do try and avoid wherever possible, like talking about politics and things, but there's an incredible irony. The Trump presidency is incredibly ironic because most of the player names on this team have been fired now. In real life.
I mean, the Rat Ogre is still in play.
But the fact that they've all been fired in real life and can't be fired here is pretty special.
I mean, you wouldn't fire them even if you could.
James Mattis is a monstrosity. This is... Yep. Lava Jackal is always... He's played a lot of these one-day tournaments. He knows what's up. But he's got a really good team in this format. And he always does well because, frankly, it's difficult to not do well when you've got a natural one-turner with Agi 5. And,
yeah, and he already has sure feet as well.
And he's got a block rat ogre. He's got a claw mighty blow, storm vermin. I mean, geez, the team every time you look at a new player, it just gets better and better. It's gross. I want it off my screen. Get out of here. Fake news.
Fake news.
We've got another veteran of the Cripple, not only the Cripple format, but also just the one-day tournaments in general, Gengar.
And the crippling people in general.
Yeah, mostly crippling our sanity when we watch him try and play Blood Bowl.
Yeah.
Because he's definitely got an interesting take on the game.
I mean, if it works for him, then he can do what he likes. I still win.
Yeah, but he's re-rolled a new team. We've got a lizard team this time. So it'll be interesting to see how he does, because he has obviously had a very, very strong Nurgle team in the past that he won the format with.
Yep.
So it makes me wonder why he's re-rolled, but maybe
I mean, every once in a while you want to try something else, and lizards are quite a weird one here because we limit the souls, because they would just be really strong and annoying to deal with otherwise.
Yeah. We've got, but to remind him what he lost, we've got a Nurgle team in his division. Arctic Antarctic running the... he's got a piece of Nurgle called the Source of Paper Cuts. AV7 Goat always sucks. Not much development, but again, it's Nurgle. It takes a while. They're not particularly easy to develop.
Yeah, not much cripple either. Nurgle is really good at getting crippled on the rotors, but they're all healthy.
One of them's got Dirty Player, which is pretty damn good. We like that.
Yep. That's a good skill.
But yeah, Nurgle is slow to develop. Nurgle without rerolls are insanely slow to develop.
Yeah, you're gonna have some rough times and a lot of 1-9s.
We've got Ding Birdis coming through with the final team here, the Broke Back Beaters. It's an ogre team.
Yeah, 12 men, all the ogres and a handful of Snoblars. Pretty good.
I don't know Ding Birdis either. That's another new name. Like I say, I'm really excited because there's a ton of new people coming through. I don't know if
it's
a
lot of sign-ups for the Cripple Cup this time.
I don't know if it's off the back of the Eurogamer article as well as brought more in, or if it's just there are a lot of rookies coming up. I'm sorry if I don't know you. It's nothing personal. There's just like there's too many coaches to know this time. Coach, I do know what happened. The group of Hemorrhage, Aldar with what happens. It's a Chorf team.
Yeah, I do know that coach as well.
I do remember he had to ask permission if the names were too much, because his name is What Happens motto when you breed a bull with a dwarf.
Yep.
There's a ton of Mighty Blow on this team.
Yeah, 3 Mighty Blow, 1 piling on as well. That's pretty solid.
Hey, I thought you could count.
I mean, the Minotaur starts with it, and
That's still 4 mighty blow.
Yeah, but I was talking about level ups.
That seems like a weak argument. It hasn't got much else, but it can really hit you quite hard.
Yeah.
Whether it'll win...
that's usually the plan of Aldar.
Yeah.
It doesn't work most of the time, but that's his plan.
He's a fairly two-dimensional coach in that regard. He just likes to hurt things.
Yep.
And hurt things he will with this team.
Yeah, he has the tools.
Oh, well, I'd love to talk about the Sawbone Heads. They're an ogre team, theoretically. Coached by Pyrite Turtle, theoretically.
Is this the famous 11 Loner Nobler team?
It's 11 Nobblers hiding behind the barrels.
Yep. I mean, they're so tiny, it's quite easy to hide there.
I can't really help beyond that. We've got... The next one is the Delph Lepers. It's Grandview King. Also known as Wait Home Iberian Client. Because just like you, one name isn't enough for some people.
I mean... Why did you, like, not get more names? What's wrong with more names?
Confusion, mostly. Anyway, we've got a Dark Elf team. And it's a rookie Dark Elf team. The names are fairly average.
Yep.
Sorry, Grandview. You know what? He's so good at like dad jokes and puns and stuff. And then he's gone for a really boring team name. Team theme.
Boo.
Boo his boo.
Disappointed us.
Boo his boo.
Yep.
The final team in this division, I'm assuming...
Oh, I know this coach.
Oh, we all know Schuttenheim. Ice Guy's finished last. What a guy. What a name, what a player.
Yeah. I mean, this team is really silly, and it makes you wonder how Schuttenheim doesn't do incredibly well every single time.
I believe the answer is because it's Schuttenheim.
Yeah, like this team in the hands of anyone else would, like, completely dominate, but Schuttenheim is a special case.
I mean, there was that one time during a one-day tournament that he lost, and my little 4-year-old jumped on was sat here watching, and I said, I was talking about the game, and she just yelled over my shoulder, "You should have picked the ball up, you idiot."
I remember that.
So, I mean, I think that says everything you need to say about Schuttenheim and his playstyle.
Yeah, but this team is really nasty.
He's also top bloke, but I think his bigger problem isn't that it's not that he's bad. It's just that he doesn't play 100% as serious as he otherwise could.
Yep.
And you know, because he's here for one-day tournaments for fun and profit, and sometimes
Fun.
that means just, you know, not winning a lot.
Yep.
The group of impairment. God, we're really kind of struggling now, aren't we, Zord?
Yeah.
There's a bloody another fling team. There's a
Oh,
lot of,
it's like lazy.
it's a returning fling team.
I mean, like lazy. I know him from G-Man. He used to play Camry.
And he's got skills. Talk about the skills, Gerbs.
Yep. Diving tackle, sure hands, another diving tackle, block and sidestep. Also grab 3. Those are some nice flings. 3 normals, but 2 doubles, and those doubles are definitely useful.
Yeah,
sure hands is really big.
Sure hands is huge in a format where you cannot have rerolls, right?
Yep. Also block, like that. He's a good blitzer halfling.
a halfling blitzer.
Yeah. I mean, you have to blitz with someone, and the trees are slow.
That's fair. You know what? You make a compelling argument. Now, another coach who's coming back, and again another coach playing way out of his time slot. He's good at Larkstar and his big bully boys. Yep.
That's a nice Chorf team.
This is like... It's a sensibly built Chorf team. It hasn't just stacked Mighty Blow and everything.
I mean, it has a Minotaur, which is not sensible at all, but
you have
outside of that...
You have to have one.
Yeah, you have to have one, but it's still garbage.
I mean, yeah, okay, fair. But, I mean, you can't really blame him for having one.
Yeah.
But no, I like it. A couple of guard, block on the Bull Centaur. We've got a Pommer. He's got a dirty player. Yeah, it's kind of what you want from a Chorf team, right?
Yeah, it's a good team.
And who will be beating him up? Who? There's another missing coach here, so I'll have to talk to Hangzord about these missing coaches. We can't talk about teams that aren't invited. But we've got Astrolonim, the Necrotic Nurgle Wannabes, and it's a pretty standard Necro team.
I'm pretty sure we limit it to 1 wolf.
I'm pretty sure we do, and also I'm pretty sure it has to have a ghoul.
Yeah, you must. take both ghouls and a werewolf, like only one werewolf. So yeah, this team wouldn't have to be rebuilt.
We're not gonna shout illegal burn the witch, but we might shout.
Also, he has rerolls.
Okay, yeah. This...
Illegal burn the witch.
Okay, yeah, no, please, Astral on him. You might want to double check those rules.
Astral on him, please.
Yes. Group impairment, yes. Needless to say, words are going to be had. Now, this is definitely where you're getting to the point of this group of J suffering.
I mean, he tried. He tried.
The Carond Car Corsairs, coached by Road Warrior, another down under coach. I'm sure you can tell us all about this one.
Ooh, this team is quite nice. Mighty Blow on a Blitzer is good. 2 Blodge, one with Tackle on a Blitzer, and the Wrestle Witch. That's quite nice. Pass on the Runner and a pair of Dodge. Really good development for Dark Elf. Not a lot of major crippling. The minus AV on the Witch is gonna hurt. And that movement 4 lineman. That's something.
That's 2 movement buffs.
That's a very weird lineman.
Yeah, it's certainly a thing.
Yeah, 5 fan factor, returning team with a solid record. So yeah, this is one to look out for because it's a good Dark Elf team overall.
Road Warrior, I don't know how. I've never seen him play the Dark Elves. I don't think I saw much of him last time we did this. However, I do know he's a very good human coach.
Yep.
For what it's worth. I mean.
But yeah, that's a nasty team. Going to be tough to beat.
We've got another Luke. There's about 5 Lukes in Rebel at this point, I think.
I mean, Luke is a common name, I guess.
I know, but you using Luke as a coach name is still less common. We've got.
I mean, if your name is Luke, then that makes sense. Also, Luke Skywalker is quite a common name to name yourself.
He's got a strength 2 blitzer with tackle.
Yeah.
A couple of stat busts on the goblins, but no one cares about the goblins. But the strength 2 blitzer is pretty good fun.
Yeah, Mighty Blow Blitzer is also quite fun.
That's pretty good. Yeah. Not many skills, but the skills he's got are good. Sadly, tackle on a strength 2 player is going to make it more difficult.
Yeah, that's quite a bad blitzer.
Oh, there's another American coach, Michaels, as well, playing out of time, and he did say he was going to join in. He's a good friend of mine. I like Michaels a lot. We always talk about like board games and tabletop stuff together, and he's basically brought a undead team.
Yep. I mean, Michaels. I'm pretty sure he plays Necro just like Barmushan, because they are the same person. So it makes sense that Undead would be also a good team.
We've had it confirmed that they're not the same person, because McNugget met somebody claiming to be Barmushan at a tabletop tournament at the same time as I was talking to Michaels on voice.
He might have paid someone.
It could be a hired actor. We have seen that before with Morka and Liam. So
yeah. I mean, they are the same person for sure. We have confirmation for that.
And the final member of this is Goat Master G, which is the Tree Clarinet, which is it's a Wood Elf team. But again, 2 throws. There's a couple of Wood Elf teams that have gone 2 throws, and I'm not 100% sure why.
Yeah, like especially like I would prefer to see 3 catchers. Like 1 thrower is nice because he can get SPP easily, but it's not that amazing because you cannot take leader in this format.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they just want to always have a thrower alive to do nonsense. I don't know.
I mean, he can take sure hands as well early on if you level him from passing, so that's still like some consistency, which is good. But I would still like to see more catchers, because catchers means more dodge.
Yeah, true. I mean, that's more survivability, but less strength. So you one for another. Anyway, that's the group of J's suffering. We're gonna let that one die as soon as humanly possible. Finally, not finally. We've got not many left. Actually, we've got to N. Jesus.
Yeah, it's a lot of sign-ups this time.
A lot of people. Group of Kill. Group K. Aromasin and the Gizmo's House of Pain. It's oh my god, that strip is.
That's a lot of goblins.
That strip is like staring at the sun. It's and it is a lot of goblins. Can goblins have that many players off the bat? Was there a team?
Yeah, they don't have a limit. They have to take all the fancy stuff, and they do. And they have the trolls.
I actually, you know what? Right, I've got to give him the naming scheme. Just the fact that he's gone for normal name and then magnificent, resilient, hard-headed. They sound pretty okay. And then you get stuff like magnanimous, resplendent, superlative.
I mean, just like our Haringzord, he might have ran out of names.
Yeah, I don't know. Sneaky the Meretricious. I think.
I mean, he didn't reach the J suffering yet, so.
Sneaky the J suffering would be a good name to fit in there when one dies.
Yeah.
Almost welcome along to Cripple Cup. We've got Big Easy TP. We know Big Easy TP is a good lad, and he's wearing the purple helmets. It's a human team.
Yeah, minus armor on a thrower, not ideal, but that's the only cripple. He has a plus movement blitzer, a mighty blow blitzer, wrestle on a catcher, and that very, very good dirty player. Also, everyone is Helmut on this team, even though he probably will not be able to induce Helmut Wolf.
But it doesn't mean he's got Helmut Fleisch.
I mean, it does have him.
I don't know. I think it's a pretty normal. It's one of those kind of like default names that he's just. Maybe that's what happened. He rolled one lineman, got Helmut Fleisch, went, I've got a theme.
I mean, George Fleisch is quite a good lineman.
Yeah, exactly. So his brother turning up is important, right?
Yeah. He's quite famous, or at least his brother.
Fires coming in from down under, or well, from the Big O anyway, at least. They're dreadful anyway. Camus.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Dreadful, more dreadful, most dreadful, dreadfully dreadful, completely dreadful, slightly dreadful, very dreadful, super dreadful, too dreadful, totally dreadful, beyond dreadful, and dreadful enough. This team's pretty dreadful.
Yeah.
But it's a 740 TV Khemri team.
Yeah, we might see some of Setek.
It's got a Knuffles altar, so there's a very large likelihood that we're going to see some inducements coming out of this. Well, it's a fact you're going to get some inducements because it's 740 TV.
I mean with the
it's
Knuffle altar,
cheaper
you can get
than the Goblin team.
Ooh, that's rough for the Goblins getting no bribes against that Khemri team.
Yeah, and we've got a returning Mr. Muzu Havoc, who, like Lava Jackal earlier and Haringzord as well, has played in every Cripple Cup so far. So it's another one of our veterans is joining us with Mr. Muzu. Havoc, great guy. I do like chatting to Havoc. He's a good lad. And traditionally, Mr. Moo has been the most woeful player in existence in Cripple Cup. Sadly, for Havoc.
Yeah, but a lot of kill skills and an armor 6 Beastman.
I don't know if that's double injury there.
That's a special one.
He's got 2 fractured skulls. He was joking with us at the point that he took the second fractured skull that if this player ever levels up again, he's going to give it 2 heads just so it makes sense.
I mean that would make sense then.
Look at the claw. He's just got claw everywhere. He's got 2 guys with claw and no mighty blow. The guy wants to hurt things. And I think when your Minotaur is as bad as Mr. Moo, it makes a certain amount of sense. Literally, he was playing Haringzord when we were casting this game, and I think Mr. Moo wild animaled something like 6 times out of 8 in one half.
That's rough.
On blitzes. Or blocks. It was. We're not talking 4 pluses, we're talking 2 pluses. He's got some money in the bank as well, so we might see another Beastman coming out, or we might see him maybe upgrading his stadium. We'll have to drop some of that TV.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to give up that much inducements to the Khemri, really, do you?
Yeah. I mean, they don't have that many good inducements after Setek. Although Ramtut is kinda scary.
Wizards are always good.
Yeah. I mean, Khemri is, like, really terrible, because they will drop the ball, but they will not pick it up.
Oh, look at this. You're going to love this division. I don't know if you've seen your division mate yet.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen it because I accepted my ticket and, like, I'm first.
The group of Laceration. And we've got this is a huge mistake. I love this team. It's the 6 vampire team. You didn't even have to have 6 vampires.
I know, but it was funny.
One of your vampires is strength busted. And it's ironically thinking that Orc works.
I mean, this team is a bit old now. It's we didn't play last Cripple Cup, so it's 2 Cripple Cups old.
2 Cripple Cups old and you've got 3 skills.
Yeah. I mean, we didn't play last Cripple Cup, but like the memes here are a bit outdated, but still good.
Still good. They're an older meme, but they check out, is what you're trying to tell me.
Yeah.
No, it's. I mean, Mighty Blow Pylon's Mighty Blow Block's pretty good, and another block. But I mean, you really need to get some. I mean, I suppose it's difficult with vampires without rerolls to actually do anything successfully, right?
I mean, I did get to the Winners' Cup, which was confusing.
Didn't you start late as well? That one. Like you didn't.
No, I started normally, but I bullied the Mr. Muzu, the team we just saw, 3-0, because the Minotaur was terrible.
Well, especially, I'm assuming you're especially happy that you've got We talked about Viking Cop earlier with the indelible mark he left on Haringzod's team. But we've got the Cripple Cravers, and we love Viking Cop in Rebel.
Yeah, Viking Cop is a good friend of mine. We recap together.
So I'm assuming you're going to get on voice for this one and just take the mick out of each other the entire time.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's a nice looking team though. It's certainly nicer looking than yours.
I mean, my team is terrible because it's vampires without rerolls, but I might be able to get Count Luthor if I want to, which could be very, very rude. Because Count Luthor is stupid.
He's pretty good, isn't he? We have got an armor bust on a beastman, and we've got a strength bust on another beastman. But everything else is like, there's a ton of block. There's claw, some mighty blow in there. There's a wrestler. There's a blodger. No sure hands, I would note.
Yep.
I'm assuming blodger's probably going to get sure hands next.
AP levels before rolling minus Agi.
Or before getting bolted in the head or some such.
Yeah.
But he's the Viking Cop definitely want to watch in this group because he's a very good player.
Yeah, and the team is quite strong.
Now we've got no tournament for old men. Randall Clark, another new name coming through. Going to be getting bullied, no doubt, by you and Viking Cop.
I mean, my team is weak enough that, like, you still should have a chance even if you're not that experienced in Blood Bowl.
It's actually a team that might well handle Viking Cop okay because it's got 14 players.
Yep, that the bench here is gonna be annoying for Viking Cop, and they can induce Griff. And, like, Griff can win games, like, alone.
Well,
like,
Viking Cop doesn't have any tackle, so...
Yep.
Yeah, no. It's actually all named off the back of No Country for All Men. I spotted that.
Yep.
So, I see your reference, Randall Clark, and I like it. Now, we've got the final one is a Lizard team, which seems like it's a really unfortunate place to be for them in the Viking Cop division. We're so sorry, Popsicle. Pain Train Extinction, and it's... Penosaurus, Ouchosaurus, Hurtosaurus, Stranosaurus. I like it. It's pretty good.
Yep.
He's got a lot of skinks. Like, he's got a lot of skinks.
I mean, like, because you cannot take that many Saurus, then you have to field a lot of skinks, so you won't bench, because you're gonna lose those skinks.
Yeah, it's gonna be a difficult one to stop from starting at 11 in the second half, right?
Yeah. I mean, they are skinks. They can implode rather quickly.
I didn't say it'd be 11 good players, but it'll be 11 players.
Yeah, like if you lose a Saurus and you just feel like 7 skinks, like, you just cry inside.
We're at the penultimate group anyway, the group of misery. And we've got High Lord Salt, again, another American coach playing out of his time zone. It is, of course, SJCT Sauce.
Yep.
It's a pretty nice team, actually. He's only got one injury to minus move. Mighty blow
yeah,
blocker.
Agi on the Blitzer is good.
Agi's literally the dream on a Brett team. It's literally the dream.
Yeah, I used to have a very, very silly Agi, dodge, sure hands, sure feet, pass Blitzer in a different Cripple Cup.
Wow.
Like, he just rerolled everything.
That's pretty good.
Like, you have rerolls when you have all the reroll skills. And you're Agi 4.
Yeah, we've got another one, a Nurgle team coming in really under TV at 880. Kamin Zimmer, another name I don't recognise. But
it's a standard Nurgle start.
Yeah, I can't. It follows the rules.
Yep. I'm pretty sure those are default names as well, which makes me sad inside.
A little bit, yeah, a little bit. Anyway, a Wood Elf team. Knockwood, Coach O'Kim, another name I don't recognise. By the way, if I'm saying it's a name I don't recognise, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I'm not trying to say anything bad. It just means I can't really discuss how I expect you to perform, and I am sorry for that. I'm not saying you're gonna do badly or well, and I would love to see you do well. So prove that you can. This one's interesting. It's got 2 throws and 2 catches.
Yeah, I think we've seen that before. Still no team electing to go 3 catchers as Wood Elves, which is really weird, because usually when someone goes 0 reroll Wood Elves, they go 3 catchers, 1 thrower, double dancer, and a 3.
Isn't that the full Inarian, I believe it's called?
Yeah, that's the full Inarian.
And I like this one. This is another returning team. It is, in fact, FD and Zord across the board.
Ooh, I love that team.
It's the if I call every player Haringzord, one of them can't be hit by a rock. Right?
I mean,
there isn't enough rocks.
With time, we can get there.
It's been pretty dinged up though. There's a strength 2 lineman, an AV6 lineman, and a movement 4. Yet it's not not so mega.
It's like that. Calling everyone Haringzord is not a good way to keep the team alive.
Also, Haringzord himself's niggled.
Yeah. That seems reasonable.
But I'm super glad to see FD bringing the team back because I love the naming theme, and yeah, good on you, FD.
Yep.
Right, last one with the group of Nightmare. I think you missed the option for the group of Niggles, really.
Yep. That's a missed one. Shame on you, Oringzord.
Ah, Kanuki. Kanuki's a good lad. I like Kanuki. Pink Nuffly Unicorns. I think he's, as far as I'm aware, Kanuki is Viking Cop's like protege. So that tells you everything you need to know about Kanuki, really. Also playing Classy this season in Clan, but he had to take an M&G recovery. I know that because he was talking to me. He's got a guard thrower. That's a thing.
Yeah, that's quite nice. Strength of Blitzer is very good.
Niggled Blitzer is less good.
Yep.
And AV6 goblins are AV6 goblins, right?
Yeah, like especially with a small bench, those kind of hurts because Underworld have a tendency to implode in normal Blood Bowl.
The reason he wanted the MNG recovery was specifically for the goblin because he felt like he should have his AV6 goblin in true Cripple Cup spirit, which I like a lot. I mean, that's a good way to approach it. It's like, this is going to hurt me having it on the team, but I want it there anyway because it's Cripple Cup. He's also got the gummy worms in full effect on the troll.
Yeah, I do love those tentacles. They are so beautiful.
They do certainly look like they'll do a better job of holding you in place than some of the other ones, right?
Yeah.
And we've got the most prodigious producer of written content, I think, just about in the league at the moment. We've got Zitwu, who is also known as Lurkin-Z outside of game, or just Z to those who know him well. Those of the Porch, it's I think the only high elf team we've seen.
Yeah, I believe it is. We have seen Pro Elves, which is like High Elves, but good.
High Elves, but a bit cheaper. It'd be interesting to see how Z does, but I always love Z. Got all the time to go for Z.
He's a good lad.
Writes a ton of stuff, so really, if you've ever written anything that's being produced, you're probably a coin flip away from it being written by Z. I ought to do something. He's another good lad. Air 40 coming back again. We do like Air 40.
Yeah, that's a very solid orc team. He went for the 4 Blitzers route and got rewarded with a minus strength Black Orc to make sure that he doesn't have the strength advantage ever.
Well, he has got a troll called Trebuchet Meme, and he doubled down on Trebuchet Meme by taking Strong Arm.
That's a good meme. He does have a very nice ball sacker.
Look at that goblin! Keeping the minimums is incredible!
Yeah, that's a good goblin. Or a goblin.
Strip ball and wrestle on a goblin. I mean, Cheese X is somewhere has just got slightly aroused. He's also got. In fact, actually, he's got it's full on crowd pleaser because Papa Nasty's pretty excited as well with the Pom jump up.
Yeah, and also Mighty Blow tackle on another blitzer and kick.
You know what? I love Frenzy as well. I absolutely adore Frenzy on an Orc blitzer, and I don't think enough people take it because Frenzy Juggernaut is an incredible combination. It's
a good combination, but like. The other skills are so good that sometimes it's tough to fit it in.
No, I understand that. I understand that Guard and Mighty Blow and Tackle, it's all very, very good. It's one of those things that it's a really good thing if you can get it, but you often can't get it, right?
Yeah. I mean, I used to have a Frenzy Blitzer on my team, but then he took 2 movement busts.
Is that the only kick we've seen all day?
I think we saw a kick on one of the Norse teams.
There's not much. There's certainly not much.
Yeah. I mean, there are a lot of fresh teams, as always.
Mm-hmm.
And kick is like a skill for a lineman anyway.
And I suppose like kick isn't as good as dirty player because it's better to kick people in the head than kick the ball, right?
Yep, I can confirm.
And we've got Ain't Dutch Ain't Much by Jameen Rick. This will be the final team we're looking at. And it's the Dark Elf team. Oh, he's done the thing.
Fancy names with like colours.
But at least he didn't do it across the entire team.
Yeah.
So, but he's done the thing. He's done the thing, Gerbear.
Yeah,
Jimmy Rick, known for playing lizards. I believe he's got a very different name outside. Is it Dirteef outside of? No, it's not. It's
I don't.
He's dead. No. I'm almost certain he's a big old lizard coach, but I can't remember his handle outside of.
I don't know. He's definitely not Dirteef because Dirteef is Dirteef.
Oh, okay, well, I'm just saying. I think that's not him. That's not his name in Discord. But anyway, I believe that is everyone done. Have you got any predictions for who's going to go far?
Not me.
So yeah, but have you got any favourites?
Like the Norse are gonna do well because Norse is OP, but I don't want to back them. And the Amazons are gonna do well, but I really don't want them to do well.
There's only like one Amazon team though. That's insane.
Yeah, but that Amazon team is enough to bore like all of us in like the semi-finals.
I love Jammers to bits, but I'm never gonna cast his game.
Yeah.
I have to say, I think this might be the season that Lava Jackal does it, right?
Yep, that might be it. I mean, Viking Cup also has a very nasty Chaos team.
Yeah, you can't ever rule Viking Cup out as well, but there's so many unknown entities in this that it's going to be difficult to necessarily predict too much. But I think Lava Jackal with a natural one-turner and a really good Skaven team built up around it is a real threat.
Yeah.
So
I mean, like, the rookie teams always have a tendency to surprise us, and like, some of them just do incredibly well because Cripple Cup is silly.
What I like about this as well, obviously, is that, you know, everyone's looking at it going, oh, look at all these really developed teams and stuff, and why have I been mixed in there with my rookie undeveloped team? But the thing is, you get so many inducements, and it doesn't matter how developed your team is in a no reroll format. Like, you fail, like, a double skull in one place, and you can lose a game.
Yeah,
right?
It's pretty rough. Like, especially, like, pickups. Like, if you're only an AG3 team, and like your sure hand is missing the game, you could fail 2 pickups, and that's enough to lose the game on its own.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, yeah, I wouldn't. It's hard to predict the winner, but I think there's definitely a couple of coaches there to watch for certain.
Yeah, I mean, Cripple Cup is so chaotic that like everyone has a chance.
Yeah, I can't wait to see if people get out there and what happens. We will be covering all of the action, obviously, on my Twitch channel. The announcement will go up in the morning. It starts at 8 AM GMT. So the stream will probably be live about 5 to 10 minutes before, maybe playing a little bit of music or something while I make a brew. Let people get into the house.
Yeah, and also checking who is here, who's not.
Yes, if you haven't already signed up and you're watching this and going, ooh, I want a part of this, you can still get your name down. As you saw, there's a couple of holes still in the roster. I'm assuming they're from players who haven't built their teams in client yet.
Yep.
Because
I mean, we always have people that don't show up on Cripple Cup Day, and if we really have a lot of people wanting to sign up right now, we might even open like an additional group.
Yeah, I'm sure Haranzod can think of something that makes sense with group of ouch or something.
Yeah, that's probably better than Jay suffering.
We're never gonna let him live that one down, are we?
Yep.
But yeah, no, totally. If we get like 6 people in the waitlist and it's started, or 8 people in the waitlist, we'll definitely start at least an extra 1 full division.
Yep.
Because, you know, we like people playing Blood Bowl, it turns out.
Yeah, it's like that's the whole point of running this cup.
True story. We love to watch people hurt each other. And we do want to see a ton of blood on the pitch, folks. So if you've got nothing else to say, Gerbear, thank you very much for joining me.
Yeah, it was good.
And, where am I? Yeah, so seriously, right, don't be late, please. Turn up about 15 minutes in advance, and I'm going to just do this. So, yeah, turn up about 15 minutes in advance, let us know you're here. If you're not going to be here and you're watching this and going, oh, damn, I'm on that list, I shouldn't be because something's come up, please let us know as soon as possible so we can book around it. But we really do hope you have a fantastic day. There is, of course, prizes for the winner of the Winners' Cup and winner of the Losers' Cup. We will see you in the morning. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, stay classy, folks.